possesses a nuclear weapon.
All right,
and Iran needs to know that about how the American people feel.
Let me ask you now about the future of the Democratic Party. Senator, you have stopped short of calling for Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer to step down, though you were critical of his striking a deal to avert a government shutdown, effectively siding with Republicans there. But you did say, quote, it's important for leaders to know when it's time to go. Do you still have confidence in Leader Schumer?
I think that a much more important question is what we're going to do as a Democratic Party to create a compelling view for Americans that are going to allow us to lead again. We should never have lost to Donald Trump once, much less twice. And there are many things I blame Donald Trump for, as you can tell from the conversation we've had today. But getting elected president isn't one of those things. The Democratic Party has lost touch with working people in our country at a time when 50 years of trickle-down economics has meant that most Americans feel like no matter how hard they work, their kids are not going to live a life better than the life they led. And I think the Democratic Party needs to use this moment of having been repudiated at the national level to figure out a creative and imaginative agenda for the 21st century that's going to lift the fortunes of working people and the middle class all across this country.
You know, California Governor Gavin Newsom went so far as to say the Democratic brand is toxic right now. Senator, those are powerful words. Do you agree that the Democratic brand is toxic?
I do agree that the Democratic Party brand is really problematic, and I think that it is a brand that is, with all respect to my colleague from California, is associated with New York and with California, is associated with the educated elites in this country and not anymore with working people in this country. You know, the good news is for the party, I think, is that Donald Trump is pursuing the same trickle-down economics that he pursued the first time he was president. To make sure that he can create again the tax cuts for the wealthiest people in the United States and pay for it by taking away health care from the American people. That's really bad for America. But the Democratic Party ought to be able to come back under those circumstances with a pretty good argument about why we could lead better than Donald Trump and why we are able to provide a better set of economic policies, a much better set of health care policies that ensures universal health care finally for everybody in this country. And as a former school superintendent, actually has something to say about the fact that we're running an 18th century school system in America and our kids desperately need it to be a 21st century school system that makes them competitive again. Our kids are invisible to Donald Trump. And if the Democratic Party would show up with some imagination, I think not only would we do better, the American people would do better.
Senator Bennet, very quickly, before I let you go, a lot of talk about the fact that you are seriously considering running for governor. Can you confirm here today, do you plan to run for governor of your great state?
I'm not going to do it here today, and I am considering where the best place to have this fight is and where the best place to reinvent the Democratic Party is and what I can do, where I can fight best for the people of Colorado who have given me the privilege to represent them in Washington, D.C. And as soon as I have a final answer to that, I'll let you know.
Please come back with your final answer. Senator Bennet, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
When we come back, thank you,
morning.
Senator.